right. Welcome back to Fate's End, everyone, a homebrew Dungeons & Dragons game driven by fate. I will be your tale weaver for the evening. First of all, I'm recovering from COVID, so I'm probably going to be a little bit sniffly tonight, but I will do my best. Let's shout out our partners real quick. We want to shout out Tabletop Audio at tabletopaudio.com for the ambiance and music that we share, that we use from time to time. All of this audio is amazing and completely free to use in your own games, but please consider supporting Tim on Patreon so he can continue to make amazing sound sets. We currently support him and encourage you to do so as well. We'll put a link to his website in chat. We also want to shout out Joint Chiropractic. With all the stress of fighting monsters, even adventures need adjustments to keep the magic flowing. Visit one of the Joint Chiropractic's 700 nationwide clinics, where they aim to provide affordable and convenient chiropractic care to all communities. Enter the call to adventure and get your first examination, consultation, and adjustment for only $29. We also want to shout out our partner, Nine Realms Gaming. They create top-notch gaming accessories from the finest woods this realm has to offer. You can visit ninerealmsgaming.com and use our exclusive partner code LIAR10 to get 10% off. We also want to shout out Mithril Armory. They create unique tabletop RPG items for everyone to enjoy on their adventures. You can grab their Tin 20. You can also grab their awesome D&D graphic tees on their website now at mithrilarmory.com. And Danny, I believe they're having another Kickstarter.
They do. It's called the Dawn. What is it, Deanna? It's
Ooh, let me find
Morningstar thing.
Morningstar dice. They're really cool. They're already like over 500% funded, so you know they're going to be good. And we have a giveaway this Wednesday for it. It's going to be dice scrolls.
Their Kickstarter launched on the 12th of July, and it's running for 2 weeks after that. So we're just in the first week now, and they're already 500% funded. And then after the Kickstarter is over, there will be 2 weeks of pre-orders. Super excited about it. It'll be awesome.
Awesome. Daniel probably...
I found our info on it.
Yeah, I was like, morning, dawn, something like that.
Yeah, they're beautiful. We have the info on it on our Twitter, and then on Mythroll's Twitter, they also have information about it. It's essentially got beautiful finishes. It's got spikes all over. It's very intimidating. Definitely worth checking out, you guys.
And Daniel will probably grab us a link. We'll put that in chat for y'all. Back to my announcements. Just a reminder, Stargazer's Guide to Aurora is live on our website at inkandlyre.com and on DriveThruRPG, where you can grab that and take your characters to the stars. I'm sweating like profusely over here, y'all. We are back. We went on a little trip, Daniel and I, and we're back now. So we missed you guys. We're happy to be back. If you missed last episode, we're about to recap you. It ended on quite the cliffhanger. I believe Ludin is going to be recapping us, so with that being said, time has come. Let's draw our cards for tonight's episode of Fate's End.
Oh. It's you again. Well, let's make this quick. It's not good. But I feel numb, so who cares? In the year that we've been gone, so much has happened. Even that statement's messed up. A year. By my calculations, we were only supposed to be gone for 8 months. But it's fine. Let me tell you what's happened in the last year on Fate's End. First of all, Snog had many babies. He got bigger.
Okay. All right. We'll run over. Come on, Ludin, let's go. Let's go say hi.
You all enter the ballroom, and Snonk is no longer the moderately sized pig that you remember him as, but now a full-grown boar of a pig. Nearly 200 pounds and 5 feet long. His double chin sags low, and the fat folds on his forehead roll over his brow. You see him snorting peacefully, asleep, surrounded by his harem of 7 sows.
And that's about all the good news we have. Simply put, we've lost so many people. Everyone we sent to actually fight the Salt of the Sallows died. Among them, Finn's father.
And the ship was losing altitude, and the beast set to retreat back into the deep waters. They were running out of time, and he knew the power of the core at the center of the ship, so he drove the ship into the beast, and Grom detonated the core as it hit.
Not only did they die, but 2 stones that held portions of Vera's power were stolen by...
There appeared to be a sole survivor from the Battle of the Sallows. Grun returned, at least we thought, heavily wounded, soaked through to the bones with salt and sand, and we took him in. And I should have known when he barely spoke. I should have known right then.
Zevnik, the body snatcher wizard coward. Next up, Esperis's friend Osteria has been on a rampage killing Finn's family.
We've been tracking a series of murders across Aurora. Cassius and Risen were in the midst of looking through the bloodlines, as you said, as we were doing, and it didn't take long to put 2 and 2 together when we looked through some of the more ancient lineage texts in Nevo, and it seems someone is murdering across Aurora.
And finally, I found my brother and father. It just turns out that my father is the Veil Walker, one of the 7. And my brother helped him escape by killing half the Sparrowhawks that were sent to destroy him. And I don't know why, but I had to give him one more chance to save Dad.
This entire ability to escape that I'm giving you right now isn't enough?
I mean, he is my brother.
What more do you want from me? Do you want me to go upstairs and slit everyone's throats?
He is my father.
I'm giving you a chance.
I remember back when I started this
Which is
journey.
more than anyone has been giving us, okay?
And I thought about my shadow a lot.
So go out there and try and bring him back. Because God knows, no matter how hard I try, I can't. Can't bring you or him back.
You know, the funny thing about a shadow is, it never hurts when it's gone. Even though most people never notice. I do. My shadow and I were engaged in a game of hide and seek. And just like the truth, I stopped looking. I quit wondering if I needed either. I took a page from Uri and for once chose bliss, but now yet again those words. They linger. Find the lies, lest they find you first. The riddle I thought I had solved haunts me. And this time I do think I must solve it alone. And this time, I am alone. It's times like this that I wish for when I was still looking for my mother and father, that Logan was still real in my mind, and that game of hide and seek was my biggest worry. My name is Luden Archbane, and I am the devil. in my search through the darkness, I found something. My family. And now I must decide to either return to the light or plant roots and reside.
And we are back. All right. Let me make sure everyone's in the right spot before I... Yeah, everyone's in the right spot. Okay. There's a mention that somebody was in the wrong spot. I had to fix it. All right, jumping back in to tonight's episode. We come back in as Ludin. You just finished up, down in the cellars. You begin making your way back up the stairs to the first floor. Where are you heading?
I think I went outside at the end of last episode and just stared up in the stars for a little bit, but after I did that, I was gonna head back to my room, try and catch some Z's, because got a lot of lying to do over the next couple of months, and you need some sleep to do that. So, head up to my room.
Alright, you head up to your room.
When you arrive in your room, Esprit has left the door open, so it's clear somebody is in here. And she's sitting very politely at the edge of your bed with her legs crossed. She hasn't touched anything. She's just waiting patiently.
Awesome. So yeah, Ludin composes himself. If he had prestidigitation, he would prestidigitize himself, but he just... and then he walks into the room, and he sees Reese.
With a passive insight of 18. What's the vibe?
I'm gonna roll this deception first because I got a nat 20 last time, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, let's see what happens. 18 meets beats. Let's see. Do you want to roll an insight, or do you just want to?
Sure, I'll roll.
I'll
roll insight if you're okay with that. Yeah.
Go for it. He's definitely not trying to.
Oh,
well, she rolled really bad. She has a +8. So she's going to essentially, she's sitting on the edge of your bed and she seems distracted by something. Well, Ludin, good evening. I hope I'm not interrupting any. Well, I know I'm interrupting by being when you want to sleep, but.
Do you need something?
I was hoping to get something out of the bag, if that's okay.
Yeah. What do you need?
There is you remember not Cynthia, but when we were picking up Cynthia, we also got some other things from the table. There was some strange little rings and things, and then there was a particular book. Do you remember?
Yeah, the cursed stuff.
Yeah.
You want the cursed book?
I was hoping to take a look at it. Yes.
Ludin slowly closes the door behind him. Yeah, and he'll toss the whole bag of holding over there.
Thank you.
Hey, if you don't mind me asking, why didn't you kill your dad?
Oh,
Well, that's a large question. Why do you want to know?
Because he deserved it. Felt like we did a lot so that he would die.
Yeah, that's fair. And I appreciate everything that all of you did. I don't enjoy having people do things for me. I appreciate all the effort that it went into getting the fruits. I suppose at the end of it, I didn't want to let him be that important. I didn't want to let him change me.
We kill people all the time, Miss Breeze.
When we do a job that we have to do to accomplish something with greed is the best course, then it is an unfortunate side effect if someone is brought to their end. And I would have enjoyed watching him die. And I didn't want to. I didn't want to enjoy taking my brother's father away.
Is your father too?
Yeah, for maybe year and a half. I don't remember him at all. All that I know about him is that he killed my mother and abused my brother and called me a buttercup every time I saw him. And I had let him become, in my head, everything that I ever hated was his fault. So if I could kill him, it would be done.
Exactly. Forgive me, I'm not getting it. Okay, we can move on. So Asteria's killing a lot of people.
Am I being interrogated?
No, I just want to know what happens if she starts to come after Cassius and you have to choose her or us. Who are you going to choose? Because this isn't anything new. I like to know us. We haven't talked in a while, have we?
No.
I would say you'd definitely be able to make another insight check if you want.
Esperise, overcome by guilt, makes another insight check. Esperise knows why she hasn't been talking to you. That's a 20 total?
Yeah, regardless, I'd have to be a nat. So we'll see if I'm still on my hot streak, which would be fine if I was. I was really close. Yeah, so you see a little difficult stuff going on with Ludin, but it's like, I guess with the 20, I got a 19. He's looking for answers from you right now. I think that's what you get.
Do you want to? And she had her arm in the bag as though she was searching for the book. She's gonna take her arm out, put the bag on the floor, and kind of sit. So she's cross-legged on the bed and gesture for you to sit across from her so you can sit down and talk.
He's gonna just put his back up against the door and cross his arms.
Okay. Well, what I have said to you before is still true. I'm not going to. I want to protect you. And I want to protect the people that I love, and I won't let anything happen to you. Asteria
At
is
what
okay.
cost, though, you know?
My hope is, and we will see, if we get the opportunity to speak to her. She loves me. And I know that she loves me. And I think it is worth trying to speak to her before doing what must be done.
And what's that?
Can I tell you something? I don't think she's wrong. I mean, she's very efficient. I think if she's trying to prevent the apocalypse, the best way is to get rid of all the blood of Cassius, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, so it's...
Yeah. Makes sense.
So if she is reasonable, then I hope we can speak to her and that we won't have to be at odds, yeah? But
So do
I
you
don't-
choose this party over her?
I hope it doesn't come to that.
But if it does,
I think I would find a way around it, but if I couldn't, why do you ask? What answer are you looking for me to tell you other than I'm not going to betray you? I promise if I do betray you, I will be very obvious so that you can shoot me first, if that helps.
you're not looking for answers on if you're going to betray me or not. These were genuine questions. I'm just wondering about.
I've betrayed you before.
Yeah, that did happen. But the past is in the past, isn't it?
People say that a lot. I don't think I've ever encountered a circumstance in which it was true.
Pretty straightforward. Past is in the past. Makes no difference now.
Finn isn't in his room tonight. The room that we share together. I believe it is because he's grieving the loss of his father. But his father is dead. Past is in the past. It's done now. Why is he grieving?
Well, you learn from it. And say that it doesn't affect you, but
Cookie.
if you can forgive me if I don't have more sympathy for Finn's dad, but he didn't have a lot of sympathy for my mother when she died, so.
I understand. It's very difficult to accept the truths that we do not want to hear.
Yeah.
I promised a long time ago that I would never lie to you. And I don't believe I ever have, except for about soup, which I hope we can put that behind us. Asteria is the first person who knew me for exactly what I was and decided to love me anyway. And if we as a group decide that she has to die, it will be very difficult for me to go along with this.
Ludin will stand up at that and go sit next to Esperise on the bed. And he'll just look her in her eyes. I want you to remember that feeling. Okay? Because the world does not. We've done enough for the world, Esperise. And if you have to choose yourself at any point during this time, I'm with you. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Anyway, take your book. I guess we can get some sleep, right?
Then
Yes.
I am on your side. I've said it before. It's tricky to get it in the words when they are, on this plane. Whatever you do, wherever you walk, I am here, and I will assist you. You know this.
I would say I do, Esperise. But I would retort with, things are coming to an end. And I wouldn't make promises that you wouldn't know that you're promising. Regardless of what happens, I love you. You love me. And I want to thank you for being that which I didn't have for it seems like my entire life. And only the future can tell what's to come. And I'm content with knowing what you're willing to do, okay?
She's gonna stay seated, but pick the bag up off the floor and kind of hold it to her chest for a moment.
Well, first of all, I am apparently significantly more fey than I ever thought I was, so if I make a promise,
And she'll reach in and she'll pull out this big old Necronomicon.
I was not able to be with you when you said goodbye to your mother, and it was the right choice. But I am hoping, I would like Finn to be able to say goodbye to his father, because everyone deserves the chance to say goodbye, I think, at least.
Believe me, I'm not gonna interfere with anything that Finn does. Finn wants to say goodbye in any way that he wants to, he can. I'm just... For once, I'm not thinking about whatever Finn is doing. I think everything's pretty clear from this point on. I'm gonna do what's best for me. And I don't know what that is yet. But I feel like I've done a lot of what's best for other people throughout this adventure, if that's what you want to call it. And now that we're finally back, and it seems like almost everyone has gotten what they were looking for out of this time together, I've got to think about what I want in my life. Because out of all the times that we go and risk our lives, I feel like my life would be worthless if I didn't know what I was fighting for, right? Sure, I fight for all of you guys, but it doesn't really help me much. I'm still in the same place I was, when I first started this adventure. I'm just a little wiser, but I don't... What have I gained, Esperise? I have a few friends, but what, everybody's going back to the Feywild. I've lost more than I've gained, honestly. I've lost even more people. So...
Do you know what you want?
Still trying to figure that one out.
That's one of the hardest things to figure out, I think.
Yeah. Ermir is here. He just told me he'd want ignorance. I wouldn't blame him either.
From
But-
what I know of Ormir, and I didn't know him nearly as well as you did, or everyone else, but he loved his family, and he loved his friends, and he wanted to do what was right for them. Ignorance was a simpler way of living, but I don't think it was the only thing he stood for.
Yeah.
But
That reminds me,
I
I
am
gotta
not
go
here
take
to
this.
tell you what you should want. I am here to tell you. Thank you for the book.
Yeah. Take it. I'll see you in the morning or something.
Yeah, and
Hey.
tuck it in a little boho bag.
Keep this chat between us, as per usual.
She'll kind of stand over him at the bed.
He'll
I
look
don't
up.
think you're going to believe me, but I do love you, and I do promise. Okay? No matter what.
Yeah. When he looks like he's listening, but not really. I feel like at a certain point in the conversation, he checked enough of the boxes that he came in when he saw you to check. He definitely doesn't look the same at all. He looks a lot more... I mean, you know him, so he looks a lot more like in thought, brooding on, thinking of his somewhere else. So, but otherwise, he's looting for now. He's just chilling.
You're gonna kiss him on the forehead. Good night.
Good night.
And she's
Esperise,
gonna
when
Head
you
out.
when you grab this book, it is warm to the touch.
Hell yeah.
It's very fleshy and almost a little sticky, like kind of like when your skin gets when it sweats and then the sweat dries over. It's very sticky and you can smell it. It smells a little bit like the gym a little bit.
Yeah. In mid conversation, she's gonna prestidigitate that thing real fast.
Doesn't work.
Oh, she's just gonna keep talking and
Doesn't
pretend it's
work.
not talking.
Does not work at all.
Yeah, I have a pretty good nose. If you could just...
Yeah.
Thank you.
And there is a big bone like latch over the side that will need to be unclasped to open it up when you are ready to start reading it.
Oh, and Luton, I don't think nobody needs to know that I have this right now. I feel. Yeah.
I'll just wink. And lay down.
Okay.
She'll take Cynthia and position her so she's sitting upright on the pillow next to you.
She's already
Wherever
sitting
Cynthia-
upright. She's already sitting upright.
She does her thing. She knows what she's doing.
You're done. Good night, Cynthia.
Night.
As you leave, you hear, "Good night, Esperise."
Okay.
Espris is gonna hover outside of Luden's door for a while, like, oh fuck, I messed up. I don't know how, but something went wrong in that conversation. And she is going to settle more deeply into a few things. And then she is going to go sleep in the room that was hers and Finn's alone.
The rest of you, what are you all doing? Is there anything else that anyone would like to do before we take our long rest?
Where would Samson be?
Samson, where would you be?
Probably trying to sleep. Because if I remember, we just had the war room stuff, and then we went to, because we just got here, so probably taking a nap or trying to find one place to sleep.
All right. It will wait then.
All right, anyone else? Okay. Everyone may go ahead and take their long rest. Daniel, roll me a d6, please.
Three.
You gain the benefits of a long rest. Everyone's taking a long rest. Everyone's taking a long rest. Alright, morning comes.
Luden immediately goes down to the dungeon.
Oh, thank you. Hold on. Hold on. Thank you. Hold on a second. I have stuff for that. Hold on. Alright, you all take your long rest. The night is late, and as you all take in everything that has happened in the year that you were gone, the halls are quiet, except for the soft snorkels of baby piglets asleep on the first floor of the Great Keep. As you all rest, about 2 a.m. When 2 a.m. hits, the keep is swept into alarm. As the guards swarm the rooms, Commander Ralph, you hear him bellowing down the hallways, "Search every nook and cranny! Send guards to the village! He can't have gone far!" And you're all awoke in this flurry.
Luden just, stays in his room.
What's going on?
Are you still in the cove?
Yeah, would I not have heard it down there?
No, you wouldn't have.
Okay, then I just started what everyone else should be doing. Go, guys, come on, go.
Esprit kind of stands in the doorway in her robe, just like staring out at the servants.
He's angry.
She's not She doesn't say, "What's going on?" But she just goes, "Hello."
One of the servants just kind of like looks up to you. "Oh, mistress, the prisoner has escaped. Please be on the lookout if you see anything. Kaya and Hennevi are downstairs.
Many different thoughts appeared across Esprit's face in this moment. Okay. Thank
You are
you,
Esperise, aren't you?
I am Esperis. I just
you're
woke
not
up.
you're not wearing any makeup. You look very different."
Do you need something from me?
No, nothing at all. I just thought
You
I'd
are excused. Thank
okay,
you.
all right. Thank you. Good night. And she just scampers off.
Yeah, I guess actually Ludin probably would just walk down the stairs and go towards. He's just gonna rush down to the dungeon. I guess see Hennevy and whoever.
You rush down the stairs. Obviously, like there are guards down there. There are a swarm of guards. You see Kaya and Hennevy down there. You see Hennevy over by she's like feeling the dirt and she's trying to like look for tracks and stuff.
Yeah, Ludin will pretend to look over as well and just go, "What happened?"
Kaya kind of looks back at you. You all can be joined in this moment if you'd like, by the way. Are you all just gonna sleep?
Esperise takes 15 minutes to put her makeup on. She joins everyone.
I think Akron would want to go see what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah,
Samson
Prayer will
gets.
also come see.
Go ahead.
I was saying Prayer will also come.
Samson gets so few good night sleeps, like recently, that he can't interrupt that. He just hears the call, rolls over to the side, like pulls a blanket over her, goes back to sleep.
All right.
After Esperise comes out, makeup on, if there are still servants around, she'll be like,
Hello. Where is the Lord of Saltstone? Is he downstairs or is he...
The Lord of Saltstone, he's in his room, ma'am. That's the last we
Nobody's got the Lord of Saltstone.
Well, Ralph will let the Lord of Saltstone. Yes.
Thank you.
Ralph will run up the stairs and enter the room. He will see that you left the secret door wide open. And he will he will descend the steps and he will kind of look around like, "Oh, are you nude?" Are you nude down there?
I guess.
still in the bath.
Did he fall asleep? He's all red.
He's probably. I'm guessing that sounds like Finn. Like, he walks in, he goes, "Oh my lord,
Huh? What? Oh, I
do not mean to."
I'm wet.
Sir, there has been a breach. The prisoner has escaped, and you are requested down in the cellars,
A breach?
fully clothed, preferably.
Right. Okay, I'll be there very soon. As soon as I can get my clothes on. Okay,
Very
you
good,
can
sir.
go now.
But yes, he does. He leaves, and he heads back.
And he'll start quickly putting on his clothes. Only supposed to spend 20 minutes in the hot tub. Spent 8 hours. It's all good.
You're very
Gonna
pruny.
run out. Yeah, and red and run out to where the noise is.
You head back down to where, back down into the cellars, and as you are all gathered, those of you who are staying in their rooms, Kaya kind of looks at you all and she goes, "We're concerned another mole may be present in Saltstone. First the stones, and now the prisoner. It doesn't make any sense. We'd already sorted through half the staff, we already sorted through all the staff and guards. After the first incident, all were brought to Circles of Truth for questioning, and we'd thoroughly inspected the keep for any foul magics, so there must be another mole."
Well, who do you think it is?
We don't know.
Ludin just gets up and goes, "I'm gonna go find him," and then starts walking out and goes to the woods to pretend to go look for.
I'll come with you.
Go for
Ludin,
it. We're running.
In the middle of the night, he came into your room. You were clearly awake. He came into your room.
100%.
He saw you. He saw the balcony, opened the doorway, and that was the last you saw him, was on the balcony.
So before he jumped out, I gave him my armor. Not my +1 armor, but I gave him the armor that allows him to hear with advantage. I also took my ring off, the one that gives you a nat 20 on insight and perception, so that if he is being looked for and he needs to hide, I've given him that ring as well. and I went and got I snuck into Finn's room, and I got the fake ring, and I put that one on that Finn had that we bought from to replace it. So that one's on my finger now, and all that happened like as soon as all that stuff happened. So yeah, and he should still have my short sword, and all that stuff. And so I am out looking in the woods, and I guess Akron's with me as we're just running.
Before you're able to leave, we're gonna look at this map so that the entire audience. Hold on. Back to the first floor. Kaya and Hennevi express to you the pathway to which he escaped. And they estimate, they don't know this for sure, but they estimate this is the pathway, considering that none of the guards outside of this doorway right here, and that is the only way, like, no one saw him in, hold on, let me draw. No one saw him in this oh gosh, draw, you fool. No one saw him in this location because there were guards here. No one saw him.
Mm-hmm.
So they estimate that he came up these steps, down this hallway.
We can't see. Let me see, because it's. I can only see what
That's
Ludin
fine.
can
I
see
got
that
you.
it's-
I got you. Just give me a second. Give me a second. I'll make it so where you guys can see everything all at once.
Everything everywhere all at once.
Everything everywhere all at once, yes. There you go.
Oh, this place is huge.
Alright, so he did not take this pathway. He came up these steps, down this hallway, and they know that he had to have come past you.
Mm-hmm. Well, if he came in my room, I would have made sure to clean up, close all the doors, like basically erase any trace that he was there. And maybe even if like made it seem like he went down the hallway, maybe up to the roof and any of those types of areas, just cleaned up my entire room.
Okay. So backtracking, then what would you have done then in order to change this? You know that he went down this pathway, down this hallway, into this tower, which is where you're staying. How would you change it?
Mm-hmm. Is the tower the only thing on that floor over there? Or isn't that like the tower the second level and then there's another way up to the roof?
There is a second level that is where you were sleeping.
Mm-hmm. And then, okay, so I'm a little confused. Basically, if he came through my room, I would have first of all closed the window. I would have made it to where you know how like if you're going somewhere with the wind or different things, like the way you move, like kind of put things towards that direction, even dust or anything like that. I would have cleaned it all up and made it seem like he wasn't there at all. In terms of my opened like door or anything like that, I would have closed that, swept the floor, and made it seem like dirt and things were disturbed going towards another floor or another balcony, any other way. Like he came towards that direction, and even made it seem like I'm sleeping next to my door near that direction. So it seems like he saw me and decided, oh, there's a guy in there. I'm not going to go through that. So disturb things and seem like I'm there. So maybe put my underwear, my cloak or whatever near the front of the door, rustle up like my covers or anything like that. Make it seem like I'm not sleeping in my bed, but I'm sleeping on that floor in that area.
Okay, so basically you're telling me you made it to where he came down this hallway and then he turned back around?
And went somewhere else. I don't know where else, but I know it wasn't there.
Okay, so the only way he could have gone was back out into the front lobby.
Okay.
And there are swarms of guards in the front lobby.
It's fine with me.
So, this is all explained to all of you. And they cannot make heads or tails of it. So you may interpret that information how you see fit.
May I have a chance to? I'm sure there's already been an investigation of the cell, but could I have a look at it, please?
You may.
Thank you so much. I'll be right back.
Are there any plants around? Like at the front, like mainly around the entrances, like
there
on
are
the balcony or in the front?
There are plants in the lobby area.
Uh-huh.
I'm seeing right over here. There's a plant here. There are plants here.
Them two at the front. I just want to I want to use speak with plants.
Sure.
And I just want to ask them if they saw anything exciting last night.
What?
Someone running?
Did we see anyone running?
Mm-hmm.
No, we didn't see anyone running. We see
kind of
pigs sometimes.
Did you see any fighting?
No, man, no. No fighting. It was breezy.
Breezy?
Pretty quiet, yeah.
Akron, you want to talk to the plants that are maybe outside, considering he probably ran into the woods that surround the keep, and we can probably get him while we're waiting here.
Sure.
Cool. And Luton puts on his bow, like puts on his gear and stuff like that, and
You're
he'll
not
grab one
concerned
of the.
about how he got out? How he got past everyone?
Well, we can ask him that if we find him.
When we find him.
I mean, if we keep sitting here where he's just getting farther away.
All right, I'll summon a steed and we'll
grab on
and ride out into the
as
ride
well
out into
and
the
start
woods.
You ride into the forest.
Yes.
Which,
Yeah.
just which way? North, south, east, west? You have no clue
I
which
tell
way.
Akron to talk to the plants.
Luden, you're the
Apparently that's what he
ranger.
wants to do.
Don't you track people for a living?
Okay, let's go this way. Pray that he hasn't used any type of magic to stop himself from being tracked. And we're gonna ride off into the woods. Obviously in the wrong direction, because I know exactly which way he went.
At this point in time, he already has about an hour ahead of everyone.
Yeah, we're
So-
going the opposite direction anyway, so it's all good.
So this just becomes if you have any other questions, you may ask them, but there is no way that you can catch him. He has way too much that would put him puts him at such a ridiculous advantage based on everything Luden has given him. Yes, Deanna, sorry, you had your hand up.
No, sorry, I thought you were going, does anyone want to do anything before we go back to bed? And I do have something, but if we're in the woods right now, I can wait.
Are we all? I think it's just Akron and Luden that are in the woods, right? Tracking? Okay.
You boys,
I can-
go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Akron and Luden, you obviously don't find anything as Luden has taken you in the complete wrong direction. You talk to plants and they basically have nothing. They say they see nothing, and it would be
No tracks, no nothing, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Strange.
It's in the complete wrong direction, but you wouldn't know.
He slept on a blanket, right? Maybe we could get Snog to track him.
You think Snonk is in practice with tracking?
I don't know. We've never tried it. Maybe he has like this hidden potential.
I'm going
No?
to bed. And he goes back upstairs and goes and lays down on the floor in that same position that he was, or that he said he was.
Hennevi and Kaya begin immediately interrogating all the staff all over again. The Saltstone is basically on lockdown.
There is, down in the cell, Esris would like to try to do an investigation to confirm her own suspicions of, hey, is there any way that he could have gotten out of this cell without somebody letting him out of this cell? I assume that's an investigation check.
Sure.
Okay. This is more double checking something that she's already thinking about based on how weird her brother was being last night. She's not great at investigation. Let me check if there's anything she can do. Nope. Okay. She's just gonna suck. That's fine. Okay, so it's gonna be a 17 investigation.
With a 17, I'm guessing you're the most common sense type thing to do would be to inspect the lock itself, right? Because inspecting the ground, there's so much traffic in here. There's no way you would have to be Sherlock Holmes in order to determine whose footprints are who, and even then it's very rough.
She's not trying to do that. She's just trying to see, is it possible he jimmied the lock, or if it was broken or something like that, or would it have to have been somebody gave him a key?
You looking, he would have had to been provided with something. He would have had to use something. He would have had to use something. Let me be more clear about that. Because you're looking in his cell, there's nothing in there. Like,
okay.
There's nothing in the cell that you could think to use to unlock the door. So it's just a conundrum. Like, you have, like, he would have had to use something, but you don't know what. And you could easily go into all the other cells and see, like, there's like a wooden bucket.
Is it
without
fair
any metal
for Esprit
handles.
to draw her own conclusions about, I'm gonna live for myself now. The path is here. I'm gonna do things for my own choices.
I mean, it's
to
what do you mean?
This, to everything that Loon was being weird about last night, to mysteriously prisoner escapes and there's no way he could have escaped without a tool.
I think,
because I did exceed the insight check, but only by a little.
I think there's enough here for you to be suspicious, maybe, but you don't have enough to know for sure. Like, there might be like a little tick in your mind where you're wondering. Like, you'll always wonder. But I don't think there's enough here for you to be like, yes, 100%. But I definitely think that you have enough to go off of that there's something fishy. There's something a little fishy, you just don't know what.
She's going to go out all in. She's going to subtle cast magic missile, lowest level, just to chip a little bit of stone away from that lock. That it looks like, oh man, he was just able to chip away at it over time and he didn't need the lock loose. He got himself out of there. He didn't need a tool. That's all.
You may do that,
Just
however...
break the lock a little bit.
You may do that, however, Hennevi and Kaya have already investigated the area before you got to it. Like, they've already been in here. They were here before everyone else.
Yeah.
But they're
also not great at their jobs.
Wow.
So clearly they could have missed something. I mean, I've seen them at work before and they're not very effective.
That's just Hennevi.
I'm gonna go upstairs. You might want to. I'm going to do exactly what I did and tell them that they might want to recheck because I believe they might have missed something, which seems par for the course for their organization. She's going full offensive deception on this.
Okay, make a deception check for me.
Okay.
We
we're
lost
all
Brandon,
messed up.
by
We did
the way.
lose. We lost
Yeah,
Brandon.
and we're all jumbled.
I can join on my phone real quick.
That's going to be a 29.
Okay. You explain
I
this.
believe that you might have missed something. Yeah. Or at least it's something that I noticed. I know I'm not a professional, but I know that things were often missed, in your kind of organization.
Hennevi does go back and she begins to look at the lock, and you feel like you've been quite deceptive.
Okay.
And the investigation continues as they keep Saltstone on lockdown.
Okay. That's all I want to do is go, he could have gotten out of there himself. It might not have been that somebody got him something. Then Esperise will take all of her makeup back off and go back to bed.
All right.
What do we know about the prisoner again?
He was an ex-Sparrowhawk.
And he killed a bunch of people.
And he killed a bunch of Sparrowhawks. And he betrayed them. He betrayed them when they lured they all had prepared and attempted to lure out the Veil Walker, one of the 7. And they had prepared to fight and kill the Veil Walker. But he, at the last minute, defended the Veil Walker and tried to stop them all from attacking it. But they wouldn't. And it ended up costing like half of the forces.
Okay.
It's dangerous.
Well, we got nothing. I guess we'll go back to bed.
All right. Continue your long rest. And we return to morning. Morning arrives. Saltstone is still on lock as they continue to try and figure out who this mole is, what's happening. We have one set of people who are trying to figure out if there's a mole. Hennevi is trying to figure out if he was just able to break out. There's less. The forces are split essentially. 2 different investigations are happening, and so Saltstone is very busy as you all wake up this morning.
Good morning. Are we all just downstairs for breakfast?
Samson, you slept through the whole thing.
I know. What happened?
The prisoner escaped. They think there's like a mole around here, though I have never seen a mole. I don't know why a mole would be able to unlock the lock downstairs either.
Well, I think a mole would be able to unlock the lock because the lock was broken and they missed it when they were putting it in it.
Yeah, but I didn't know moles could use lockpicks.
They mean a spy, my dear.
Oh. I was looking around for a mole on the ground.
Did it happen to be the same prisoner that we were going to interrogate this morning? Or a different prisoner, hopefully?
I think it was just the one we were going to talk to. Wait, how many prisoners are there down there?
There's just the one.
Excuse me.
We just have...
One. Thank you.
Thankfully.
Just the one. Oh, man.
Like a waiter.
Don't believe
Like,
this.
She
waiter,
doesn't
waiter.
quite snap her fingers, but she does put her hand up like, excuse me, how many people are in the dungeon right now? Thank you. Does Luden join us for breakfast, or is he... Oh, he's doing training. Okay.
Well, do we need to go find this prisoner or no? Like, I know that we were going to talk to him about the 7 and what happened there, but...
We tried to, but we couldn't find them anywhere.
They had been gone for some time before Hinovi and the others found out. It was all very late. We were all very tired. Akron and Luden went out, if you want to ask. But what they found.
Surely Luden found. I don't think Luden's ever lost anyone. Right?
Well,
It's true.
Like he's like a really good tracker, right?
Yeah, but maybe he was sleepy.
Luden doesn't sleep when these
I've never
things
s-
happen.
I've never seen Luden sleep ever. He's always hidden somewhere.
I will say
That's
that
true.
if Luden did find him, probably Hennedy would know by now.
Well, let's ask.
Hennedy
I
or
think if
Luden?
anybody
Luden is
knew by
crazy.
No,
now.
Luden. Where is
Is it-
Luden?
Is there an open window behind which Luden's training outside somewhere?
I mean, training is actually right next door to the banquet hall. So, yeah. You could
So he's like
essentially...
100 feet away.
We should bring him breakfast.
Sure.
Because you guys are all in the banquet hall. Yeah, if you look on the map, the training is right there.
Okay, let's bring him breakfast.
Yeah. Oh, Luden! And I open the door.
Yeah.
Van got you breakfast. Did you eat yet?
I don't have good berries anymore. So.
Yeah, that's why we brought you waffles. And it's like just smothered with syrup. Here you go.
Thanks. Eats a waffle.
Were you able to find the prisoner last night? We were hoping that we could recover him. Maybe do that interrogation today?
We went the wrong way. We went one way. And then Akron didn't talk to the trees when we started, so we went the wrong way.
What I am saying is that I imagine whatever direction he is going is in the direction of the Veil Walker, yeah? So if we choose to go to the Veil Walker, he will be there, conceptually, yeah?
It does us no good to find him then.
Suppose so. That is my bet for where he is going, and we don't know where that is. So our surest bet is probably in the direction of the Demises, or the Koropating Morrow, yeah?
Yeah. Sure. So what now?
Well, I don't think we have time. If he went the wrong way, we don't really have a lead on him. I don't think we have time for a manhunt. You know? And I think Hennevy and everybody was at the Veilwalker thing too, so I don't know.
They
I don't
can
know.
look for him. We don't have to look for him.
Yeah, I don't think we do either. Because I don't think he's going to have any more information, right? Was Hennevy and Kyle were there when it happened, so
I think it's more the concern if he goes towards the Veilwalker. Well, is he going to kill more people when we get there?
What do we know about the Veilwalker? Did he kill a bunch of people before? Like, so for instance, we know like the thing in the sea was there and ate the giant shark thing that we killed way back when. We know that the mother like infected people and that's how they died. We know the one that Uri took was inside the... What do we know about the Veilwalker?
The Veilwalker runs off of abjuration magic, doesn't it? That's why we sent Kaya and her forces.
I'm thinking more like, what was its presence before we saw it, if that makes sense, or before they saw it?
well, if we're combining the two ideas, abjuration would mean it's guarding something, yeah, protecting something. Maybe we didn't see any action or devastation from it because whatever it is guarding was not disturbed or attacked. And what happened to the sparrowhawks is because they, I don't know, got too close, maybe.
Okay.
That all makes a lot of sense. Which means that it probably was right and it defended itself, right? So it's probably not going to attack anything else.
Yeah, which would mean we probably don't want to send any groups towards it until we are ready to face it. Huh?
Sure.
Well, I don't suppose anyone has any idea what something like that would guard.
Have any? What was that? Sorry.
Oh, you said it was guarding something, or that it
Yeah.
most likely would be, but
Be like something really powerful, like a weapon or a stone or something. I don't know.
You think Cassius would know?
Maybe we could ask him.
Mind doing that?
Sure. Cassius! Go back in the house. Cassius! I don't know what room he's staying in. I'm gonna start knocking on the doors.
Just roaming the halls. We'll say that you find Cassius would probably be down there eating breakfast in the feast hall with you all.
Oh, there you are. You're awake. We had a question for you.
Yes. He eats
you
his
know-
waffles.
Finn's gonna reach over and like take a bite of his waffle and just eat it. Do you know anything about the abjuration Veil Walker thing?
I know about abjuration spells. What specifically are you wishing to know?
You know, like when you went on your adventures with the Celestis set and all of that. Was it anywhere near the Death's Door?
The Veil Walker was not. We've determined and
Oh yeah,
we've
that's
found-
the other one.
Yeah, I was like that. Yeah.
That's the other one. So you don't know anything about that.
Well, the Veil Walker, as you know, it does guard. So you are correct in your assumption in that. It guards what is most dear to it.
What could that be?
He kind of looks a little bit pensive. And he goes, the Veil Walker is an entity that, like most of the seven, will feast off of someone. Just as Ermir was a victim of one of the seven, so is whoever has become the Veil Walker. So whatever the Veil Walker protects will be different based on whoever it is. And it does seem like a prisoner had a very close connection.
So, you said become. I mean, I know Ermir became one of the seven, but I thought that was like a special circumstance. Are all of the seven actually people who have become seven?
Sometimes they're people, sometimes they're creatures, corrupted in nature from the taint that is Vera. I swear to God, Raina. I swear to God, Raina. All like it's Daniel and Raina and a little bit of Danny, and I was like, God damn it, you guys! You all just kind of went.
Wasn't gonna say anything. We're just gonna keep it very quiet.
swear.
So you think that somebody is the Veil Walker, or something has become it, and they're protecting something that's dear to them, and we won't know until we know who the Veil Walker is.
Yes.
And the prisoner, which would have been a good hint, because then at least if we thought he was close to the Veil Walker, we would have known maybe who the Veil Walker is. All right, guys, it doesn't look good. Go
you don't
back
have to
out.
scream thin. He's eating.
We're still at the
there.
He's
table.
just like
Everybody came in already.
You're literally all sitting together, and Finn's like, "All right, guys, doesn't look good."
Oh, you're all here.
We didn't
Yeah.
leave.
Oh, hi. So I guess you heard all that.
Yeah. Okay. Corrupting Morrow. That one's not guarding anything, is it?
How much do we know about the corrupting model? We didn't send anyone after it, yeah? Am I right?
Nah, I think that was our job, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
It's at Death's Door. I know that.
It's door. Lovely.
Which is, a really bad name for a place. I don't know who named it, but it's a little ominous.
Well, it is literally the door to the abyss.
Oh, good. Good. Thank you so much. Thank you.
What?
No, Vera, please, why are you?
What?
Why? Why is there just a
Just imagining
door?
it's just one of the servants passing by who's like, it's a door to the abyss. We're like, thank you, Sylvia. Thank you.
Welcome, Raiders.
Welcome, Raiders. Okay, well, I assume it's probably going to be abyssal-like then. Cassius, what we looking at, man? How hard we got to hit this thing? What are we hitting it with? Give me the deets.
What exactly? What exactly?
I don't know.
Are you
Like,
asking?
what are weaknesses?
He's not
What
gonna
are
be like,
we-
all right, here's his hit points, y'all. Here's what he's immune to.
Can we recap
you
what we
have
know about
not
the corrupting
succeeded.
Mar? We know it's School of Magic. Is it?
It is divination.
Divination.
Oh no!
It's divination. It
So you-
lives
So there-
near a door to the abyss. This sucks. Okay. Do we know anything else about it? Do we know stories about it? Have we heard tell of it? Did we have people researching it, or do we just know that?
You know that Cassian would explain that yes, it is divination. Cassian would also express to you that it cannot be surprised.
Oh.
Well, that makes sense.
We coming in hot and
obviously.
heavy. Oh, this is horrible.
Do you think it rots bones?
Why would it?
Why would it rot bones?
Because it's called the
corrupting
Corrupting Morrow.
Okay. I mean, it's not a bad guess.
It wasn't a joke. It was an actual guess. You don't have to make me feel like it's
No,
a bad
no.
guess.
No,
It
it's
was
not.
also
It's a
good
very
joke.
literal interpretation, but maybe you are right. It's just with divination, I think more that it's going to tell us our future or something like that, like show us old.
What does that
Whatever.
have to do with bones?
I
Okay.
guess I don't know.
Regardless, I assume we're just gonna have to go there. Just everybody ready to shoot. I mean, we can't surprise it. Any plans that we make, it's gonna know. You know what I mean? It's the future one.
So are you saying that our best option is to not have a plan, so it can't possibly know what we are doing?
Yeah, that's
Easy.
a good
Whoa.
idea.
We
Cassian
100% won't know.
Cassian would definitely lean forward and be like, it does seem like a good idea to prepare for fiends nonetheless, as there are fiends pouring out of death's door.
Yo, we could have fought in the ocean, or we could have fought this. We should have fought in the ocean.
You all do know what death's door is.
No.
No.
Cassius, I grew up in a forest, dude. Like,
I know that it is a mouth to the abyss, and it is a not recommended tourist destination, but I don't know many more details.
Wait, so do we have to actually go into the abyss, or is it just like the door frame where we have to stand in the door frame and maybe we don't have to step inside the abyss?
That
You're sure
is
about
a very good question.
I think it depends on where the corrupting marrow is. Is it marrow or marrow? Like, I don't know.
I think it's like tomorrow.
Morrow.
If you put like a
Like
two-
tomorrow.
Like the
'cause it's in the
corrupting
future.
tomorrow,
Yes.
not the corrupting marrow.
It's
I can see.
marrow.
Okay.
Like marrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
Like
Like
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Yes,
Yeah,
could you
the corrupting
write it out
tomorrow.
for us with the O? I mean,
Yeah. Not corrupting marrow, the bone. Okay.
Maybe we need to take a book or two on the abyss and read up while we're traveling there.
I think it's bad.
Yeah, I mean, fiends. We gotta shoot them and hit them hard, like we hit everything else, right?
But yeah,
that what Cassius was saying about you do know what the corrupting marrow is, or you do know what death's door is, really seemed like a segue into him explaining more what the death's door is. So if he wants to take that opportunity, that would be fantastic.
You want to take the lead?
Cassian continues on. Well, Death's Door, of course. There are a couple things nearby. There is a shrine of the gods. It is a canyon that has been split open, and deep within the canyon there is a massive door to the abyss. Now, usually the upper canyon is safe, and there is an outpost. You may be able to resupply there on your way. There may be some useful things. But for the most part, it is no longer safe above the canyon. Many of the fiends that have been spewed forth from this gaping mouth of an abyss have usually tended to the bottom of the cavern. But now, with the increase of activity, they have made it unsafe above, near the outpost. I would also be very careful. Not much is known about Death's Door. But I've heard word you are to stay there. Sometimes days turn into weeks.
God.
Oh.
It just almost starts shaking.
So if you are to stay the night, you risk time. Although I cannot tell you how much.
Does it change, or has just no one come back to tell?
The way that the magic and how he kind of sits back and he looks at Risen for a moment, and she begins to talk at this point, and she goes, you know how the Feywild time slips. Imagine if there was a gaping hole in the Feywild, and it poured out into the mortal realm. It would affect the mortal realm in a similar way. Two different time slips moving past each other. That is what you risk here. So there is no telling. It is chaotic. It is uncontrollable. You cannot calculate it quite as well as you could in the Feywild. If you stay, it could be a couple hours that you lose. Perhaps 2 weeks. Perhaps a month. You risk. That is the risk.
So what I'm hearing is, save spell slots. Prey, Akron, and I are gonna hit hard as we can at the top of whatever we're trying to go through. But Cassius, you're gonna be there too, right?
No.
Lauren goes, yeah.
No, this is the DM. Like Cassius wouldn't be like, no. No, Lauren's going, no, you can't have Cassius.
But we could have the twins, right? We've already put we said it.
We specifically, Lord, when we put together our teams, we specifically requested to have Risen, Cassius, and the twin with us when we do our next mission. That's why we didn't send them to do anything else, because they were supposed to come with us.
And they're plenty unpredictable. They're teens.
Are they teens?
Are they teens? It's been a year.
I don't know how fast gods grow.
Teens.
Are they old? Oh, could they be like? Can they be senior citizens at this point?
Oh God.
The twins are old.
Maybe I'm being too literal, but is it possible to close Death's door when we're there?
That sounds ideal, but
It is a door.
Yeah, it's a door, and doors can always be open and always be closed.
well, it's also a hole, isn't it?
But you could close a hole, Esperes. You just gotta.
Yeah, we just fill it in. We fill in the abyss.
You just gotta put something in the hole.
Yeah.
It's not an accident that time. You're trying. There's no
High five, Luna.
We just have to bring Snonk with us.
Perfect.
Oh no.
He's an
Snonk's
expert.
gonna make
right now.
happy squeals with death.
Akron leaves for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
This is what.
Akron's parents restart his router.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess we're not gonna get the twins. When we show up, we need to make sure that we kill everything with using as few spell slots as possible, because we are not sleeping there.
I believe, if you all remember the thing, Akron's not here to describe it, but do you remember when Akron made Samson fly away from him as fast as possible? I believe that is also a thing that he can do to fiends. So
Yeah,
he
but
might,
doesn't that take like?
It's fey fiends and undead for his kind of. Yeah.
But isn't it like still spell slots, or how many times you can do that?
it's a number of times per day. It's not a spell slot. It's essentially a channel of divinity action.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, my only thing would be, I assume the corrupting Morrow is going to have little fiend henchmen that are going to pop out of the ground and try and either pull us down, throw us in the hole, stab us, or the like. So I would love for him to save as many of those as possible, because I don't think we're just fighting the corrupting Morrow. I feel like I'm getting the gist of what the Seven do, and it's just absolutely horrible things to us at any moment that they can. So
Are fiends weak against anything? I mean, they're from the abyss, so maybe light?
Yeah, from my understanding, based on what I learned at the temple, it's similar to undead, that usually divine magic might be especially effective against them. Fire, not at all. We have seen it with Romir and Samson in your previous form, that, just fiendish bodies, fire, not so much a thing. Otherwise, I am not so sure.
Well, that's good. Divine magic is good.
Yeah. You have that one, I think.
okay. Well, I mean, I'm ready to go.
We will have, I believe it is north of Sable. Does Sable have a teleportation circle that we know of?
We should probably pack first, though, right?
Yes.
Well, it's gonna be cold regardless. So yeah, Esperes, you might want to have some shoes on this time, because I know you're summer, but this is some cold shiznit.
Okay. Yeah, I can wear. I had shoes that I bought when we were in Digbrand, so I have some dwarven boots. That'll be fine.
That'll probably work.
And we have plenty of coats
Akron, you
could
should
bring
put on
too.
clothes too. It's cold. I know you've never seen snow except for now, but
Snow.
Of course. There you go.
At this point,
Akron get the North Face.
At this point, a very tall, kind of gangly man with a very large nose and kind of taut, wrinkly skin approaches you, Finlay, and he goes, "Hello, sir. I am Cedric, Master Thorn. I will be your new steward. I have come to request on your behalf, of course, and with your blessing, that if we may move the swine out to the barn and clean the ballroom. It seems a much more proper place.
The barn? I mean...
Oh, it is quite cozy. Yes, Sylvia told me how precious your little piggies are. Do not fret, sire. We will make sure that each one has a snout that is wet and a bed that is fluffed. With your passive insight, you can definitely tell he is trying to brown nose this entire situation. Like he is just he honestly does not care, but he just wants the pigs out of the keep.
Can I at least go look at it first?
Of course, and if there is just a strand of hay out of place, I will personally see to it that an extra strand is provided, or whatever is needed that you deem worthy, sir.
Thanks, Cedric. Come on, Ludin. You know a lot about barns. Finn's gonna reach over and take Ludin's wrist and tug him let's go.
Okay.
Come look at it with me.
Okay. It's a barn, Finn. I mean,
No. It needs to be a perfect barn.
Okay, Ludin walks. Let go of my hand. I don't need to hold my hand.
But why?
Oh God, that was so why?
Once they get inside the barn, I assume there's no one there. Finn will peek out the door and be turn to Ludin and be Ludin, I have something I have to ask you. Okay, he's all nervous. Ludin's just staring at him. I have a request, and I'm asking you because you know so much about animals and you grew up with them, and about farms and pigs too. Okay, so all right, I'm just gonna come out and say it. I think we need to make it so that Snonk can't have babies anymore. I see your face changing, but just hear me out, okay? Just hear me out. We came back from the Feywild, and suddenly Snonk has 6 girlfriends, which I mean, that's good and cool for him, but that's just a lot, okay? I don't know how he even manages that much. And then he has 20,000 babies, and I'm really afraid that if we come back again, there will be 20,000 more babies, and they'll just be everywhere in Saltstone and everywhere on the island of Aurora. And
the island of Aurora?
Yeah, and it's
a pretty big island.
After hearing about how 2 of his piglets were eaten, I worry about him, you know?
Have you... Well, you can't, but... Okay, Finn. Say we neuter Snonk.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of things with that, right? Do you see Snonk as family, or do you see Snonk as a pet?
I guess a little bit of both.
Is he a pet, or is he your family?
He's my responsibility. So I guess
is
that
he
makes...
a pet or family?
I guess that makes him my pet.
Okay. So that's.
But he feels
we're
like my
right.
family too.
Somewhere
no,
far
if he-
away, there's an angry snork.
But he's my family too. You can have
No,
both.
you cannot. You cannot have
Why
both.
can't you
Finn.
have both?
You can't have both. If you're gonna treat him like a pet, you're gonna treat him like a pet. If you're gonna treat him like family, you're gonna treat him like family.
I don't get how there's a distinction there.
A pet, you do things to. Family, you ask.
Oh,
Are you gonna ask Snog if you want to neuter him? If he's okay with that? Because
No,
if he's your pet, do it.
What if he
It's not
says
that-
no? I don't know. Snonk's my first pet ever. And so I don't really know a lot about pets. And I've learned a lot since you came along because, I mean, he wasn't even really potty trained until you came along. But
Yeah,
I
you
just
gotta-
know that
it's because I can talk to him. That's the only thing. It's not like I know pets, really. Or animals. Like, sure, I grew up with them, but I just talk to him. That's the big thing. Like,
yeah, but
hey,
you can talk to him. I can't talk to him. I could talk to him, but now I can't. Look, Ludin, all I know is now I'm the Lord of Saltstone, and I didn't think this was ever going to actually happen. But it is, and I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to come back and then, like...
You're the boss, Finn. Do whatever you want.
But that's the problem. I'm the boss, and I don't know how to boss. And if I do the wrong thing, and I boss wrong, then everything blows up.
I just don't see how neutering Snonk is bossing wrong or bossing right. They're gonna tell you, Finn, who cares if you boss right or wrong? You're not gonna be here for most of its time anyway. You're trying to save the world, right? Your servants can suck it up. Okay? You're doing a lot more stuff than they are right now. Not trying to be mean, but I mean, like, seriously? If all they have to deal with is 70 pigs running around, I would trade places with them in a heartbeat.
So you don't think that it's wrong of me to leave them as they are?
What are they? What's the worst that's gonna happen? Snog has more babies. Then what? They grow up.
Yeah, but I'm afraid that I come back and I don't know, everything's destroyed, or there's somebody who comes in and just starts eating all of them. I don't want any of them to get hurt.
I feel like there's already 70 of them, right? Like, regardless, they're gonna eat them.
No, they're all very special little babies. No one can eat anyone.
Okay, then just get them more protection or something. It's less of a.
Hire more guards.
That's a way to do it. I just feel like what you're trying to achieve and then what you're trying to do doesn't achieve that. You know what I mean? Like, if you're trying to be a good boss, then make it to where it's easier for Snonk and the kids not to upset your servants. If you want to have Snonk have less, please neuter him. But, like, don't overcomplicate things, Finn. Our lives are so complicated already. Don't make the easy things that we do super complicated. You know? Like, I'm not a lord of any place. Don't get me wrong, and I don't think that I would like being a lord of any place. That's just not my birthright. I don't like that. I don't want people asking me questions. Case in point. But it's you gotta. If I was the Lord of Saltstone, one, I would probably get me or Samson to talk to Snog and be like, hey, do you want to have more kids or not? And if he says no, we can fix that, right? If he says yes, or if he says I don't know, I mean, like, I don't think that the answer immediately is just start cutting pieces off of the body, right? Maybe we come to an understanding. Worst comes to worst, we could just take Snog with us, right? He's just a big pig.
We can? But it's death's door. I don't want him to be in danger.
Okay, well, don't take him to death's door. Leave him at the outpost. We have so much gold.
That's a good idea.
We have so, like, it's... And the thing is, though, you cannot tell anyone I said this at all because they will have my head.
More secrets?
Yeah. Yes, 100% more secrets. But you just need to understand, right? Like, this is the very small stuff. And I get that we've made it big in the past, but like, this is... Let me just put it this way. We might die when we go do this tomorrow thing. Every single time we kill one of these things, we have to have something that scars us for the rest of our life.
I mean, yeah, I think we'll get scars and everything, but I don't think we're going to die.
I'm not going to baby Ethan.
I hope we don't.
Ermir died because he took on a 7. The corrupting Morrow is basically going to make us take on something. We have no idea what's going on with her. I have no idea what's going on with Samson, but some days he's cool, some days he looks like he's sick. There are still 2 more of these things. And we have no idea what the price is. If Snonk's having babies is the worst thing that your servants are dealing with right now, also considering we left him for a year. I mean, he had nothing to do. He missed us. It's making mountains out of molehills, right? We gotta focus on tomorrow and what we're fighting. Because if we keep focusing on this little stuff, somebody's gonna get knocked down. And no matter how much magic we have, we're not gonna be able to bring them back up. So I'm listening, I promise you I am. I understand that you want your pet to be safe. Because he feels like them. But the rest of us need you too. We need your head in the game, okay?
Thank you, Ludin. Thank you for bringing it back all into perspective.
Yeah.
Finn's gonna go and hug him tight so that he can't let go for like 5 seconds, and then I'll let it go.
Ludin just goes, he just thinks to himself, why does he... Okay.
Okay, let's go ask Snonk. Take his wrist again.
Stop trying to hold my hand. We don't have to do it this way. I will follow you. I'm right behind you.
I just really miss it. You know, I hope the outpost at Death's Door has one room so we can all share again.
Yeah, okay. And he starts to walk behind him.
Hey, let's go find Snonk. Where's Snonk? Snonk!
He's still sleeping. He's exactly
The
where
exact
he
same
was
spot.
left. He is exactly
There you are.
with his double chin, sleeping in the ballroom, surrounded by his harem of sows.
So gross. Literally big slug pig. So gross.
Hey,
Yeah,
Snonk, buddy, wake up.
We will cast Ludin will cast Speak with Animals. Like, yo, Snonk.
Hello.
Food Hand wants to talk to you.
Berries?
Okay, say what you want.
Okay, ask him if he wants to not have babies anymore, or if he does want to have babies still.
Snonk, do you want to have babies anymore? Or do you still want to have babies?
Snonk want to keep babies. You take babies?
No.
No. I don't... Snonk wants to keep babies. Do you take babies?
No. But does he want any more? Or would he maybe like to stop and appreciate the ones he has? You know, like spoil them, because the more kids you have, the less you're able to spoil them. Right? Like,
I'm just going to let you guys know. Luda's just going to say word for word whatever these people say back and forth. He's not going to insert anything.
The more kids you have, the less you love them.
Yeah. Does he want to love his kids less? Or
Is that what you say?
No.
You want to love them?
No.
Literally anything that Finn says, Ludin will let Finn look. Whatever you say, I am going to translate verbatim, and he's going to say the same thing as Snot. Whatever you say to me, you are talking to Food Hand. Pretend I'm not even here. Just talk to Food Hand, and he'll take a couple of steps back.
You can't even see his eyes because the fat rolls like hang over his eyes, and he looks in Finn's direction.
I'll reach over and put them up a little bit.
You see his eyes,
so I can look in his eyes. Ah, okay.
Snog is listening.
Oh, okay. Do you want to have any more babies, or do you want to stop having babies and appreciate the ones you have and spoil them instead?
Snog is good.
Okay, Snog, what does that mean? Do you want more babies, or do you want to stay and not have any more?
Snog is happy now that family here and berries here and smells and all. Snog don't need more, but if berries want Snog to make more, Snog make more.
Oh, no. We don't have to make any more. Berries and Berryman and company might have to leave for a little longer, but as long as, can I trust you not to make more while we're gone?
But what if Snog lonely? Weird out. Jesus Christ.
If Snog is lonely.
How did
Stay
in character.
So here's the thing, Snog. Sometimes when I'm lonely, I just hug my friends without doing anything else. So maybe you could try hugging your girlfriends and cuddling with them.
Hugging your girlfriends and cuddling.
Like a back-to-back cuddle.
Ludin literally stops in the middle of translating all of it. Just puts his hands on his head. He'll look at Finn. And then he'll look back at Snog and keep going, but he's just reluctantly, he's going to say verbatim what just came out of Finn's mouth.
It's
like back to back? Isn't that? Snog is happy now, and Snog does not want berries to leave, but Snog can wait. Snog will just eat. Snog eat food instead.
Right. And sometimes, Snog, you have to find your happiness in the people around you.
Snog
and not
like
always
food.
in food. Yeah, I know you do, buddy. Just gonna pet him.
Ludin's gonna stop real quick and be like, okay, Finn, you probably shouldn't say happiness in the people around you.
Oh, yeah.
When we're in this situation because of the...
How do you feel about coming with us?
No, that's not what I... Okay. Ludin translating. I guess Samson can hear all of this, too, because he just understands everything.
Sam's is just in a corner, leaning back watching.
Yeah, I can just talk to animals, so...
I feel the daggers of Samson's eyes just stabbing into my back.
Snog can come again?
Yeah, you can't go on the dangerous parts of our
Immediately
mission,
Snog is trying to stand up, and his little feet are quaking under this weight, and he just kind of takes another step forward and just slowly begins. Snog, ready. Where is cart? Snonk don't want walk. You carry Snonk?
I mean, I don't think. Can the Vardo even fit him anymore, Ludin?
No, he can't even
Will
fit
he
through the
break the
front.
Vardo? Okay, on second thought, Snonk, it's probably safer and better if you stay here. Because you're going to get lonely if we have to leave you at the outpost and all that. But I'll make sure that you have all of the accommodations, okay?
Snonk get lonely, Snonk get hungry.
I know, but when you get hungry, just think of us.
Snonk, instead of... I'm sorry. Instead, Snonk will eat food that will make Snonk happy, because berries want Snonk to be happy other way, and Snonk eat food because food makes Snonk happy.
Yes.
Christian's face, I swear to God.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. I'm glad that we came to agreement, Snonk, and just make sure your babies don't have any babies either, okay? You're the Regent Lord of Saltstone now, so you basically have it covered. You can boss everybody around. You're the one in charge. Just remember that.
Ludin doesn't say that part.
Okay. Okay.
The babies
Okay.
having babies part?
No, Ludin doesn't say, Snog, you are in charge and you can boss everyone around. He did
Oh,
not say
okay.
any of that.
Just, yeah. Okay.
He just gives you a look like he's not sure how to respond, and he just looks at the baby piglets snorting next to him.
No more babies from anyone, okay, Snonk? And the next time we come back, which we will, we'll see all of you happy and not lonely at all.
Snonk kind of like waddles a little bit forward and looks up at you, and he gets really close to your face, and like his little snout just kind of like puckers up against your cheek, and like he goes, Snonk is hungry.
All right, Snonk, I'll have them make you something, okay? I love you. Finn's gonna like kiss him on the nose and hug him real tight, and then get up and stand up.
Snonk berries. Snonk berries.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Berry, Ludin, are there any like low-calorie berries?
He said he loves you, Finn.
Oh.
Come on, you got it. He's your pet.
I love you too, Snonk. I said it already. I kissed him and everything.
Oh, goodness.
All right.
Okay. Go ahead. I'll take care of Snog.
Snog
Thank
just
you,
immediately just collapses where he is, and he just falls back asleep in his space.
Yeah, Ludin's gonna go find this dude that's in charge of getting Snog into the barn. The guy that was he's gonna walk over to me. Hey, come here.
Oh, hello, Master Ludin. Yes, Cedric. I'm not sure if Master Thorn has introduced me yet.
Cedric, we don't even need all the look. You got to get Snog on a workout plan or something. He is too big. Okay, he needs to be able to walk. And make him run around or something. Tie a pole to his back and put some food on the front of the pole. I can't. He needs more. Okay, you can get him in the barn.
Ooh,
If
I may interject, sir, I was listening quite vigorously to that conversation, and I am a little bit concerned that the regimen may be counterproductive based on the fact that you have all suggested he eat, and, well, you were not here. Part of the reason why he is so very large is because he is an emotional eater.
Have you heard of empty calories?
Well, I don't suggest feeding him nothing but water. I'm pretty sure that would not be a satisfying diet, nor will it
No,
be
no, no,
healthy.
no, no. You don't need water. But I mean, like, maybe. I mean, I can't. And he mouths the words "Goodberry." He does not say
Never
them.
say that out loud.
Never.
I can't cast anymore, but maybe I don't know, just one a day. And when he says he wants to eat more, like you cut it up in pieces, you know. That's a lot of calories. Or, like I said again, put the stick in the food
Sir,
and make him walk.
I find your methods to be beautiful and quite effective, I shall say, but I am going to need... And he kind of like looks left and right and he leans and he goes, if you by chance could have Lord Thorn sign some sort of paperwork allowing me responsibility over the pig, I will ensure you that he will be very well taken care of the way a pet should be, and he will be far lighter when you return, or at least in the process. But the way Lord Thorn wishes to handle said pig, I fear he will be double the size within the month.
Okay. Give me like 5 minutes.
A man of your stature, I have no doubt you will be able to accomplish such a
Okay,
feat.
we don't need all this. Just say yes, and then he'll walk off. Ben, all right. Before we leave, I
was
need
just
you.
gonna go. Okay, all right. Yeah.
No. We are fixing all of this stuff today. He's gonna
Okay.
pull out a piece of paper. I, Finn, Thorn,
Wait, you're
Allow-
writing it, not me.
allow Snonk to go on a workout regimen that Ludin Archbane has instructed Cedric to put him on. Sign this.
Okay. Can I add something?
An addendum, perhaps?
Sign this first. And then we'll do addendums.
Okay.
Okay, he's gonna take the paper. Now we're gonna
Wait.
put. I, Finn Thorn, would
Uh-huh.
like to addend this contract with. Okay, write what you want to write.
Snonk will not be sleeping in the barn, nor will his girlfriends, wives, or children.
Fine, sign it.
I
He
took
puts it
what
on
you
there.
gave me to heart, Ludin. You know,
Yeah,
if they
yeah,
have to.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. And
I also-
Ludin will walk back over. He'll walk past and here. You win some, you lose some. This is the best I could do for you. Make the pig able to walk. We will be gone, and we will be back.
Thank you, sir. Perhaps there is a
Okay.
loophole that I may attend to with the barn situation.
You know what? Just be careful because Finn has superpowers, dude. You'll be struck by lightning.
I know this
And
is
then
going
we'll-
very long.
Yeah, and
You
he's
wanna-
done.
I want to go to Ralph and Gary real quick and start giving them a master plan. I would like them to start training the pigs in combat and once they get old enough and send them out to the small towns to be guards for them. And that's my plan. So if you could do that, that would be really great. I would also like to leave Sylvie in charge of most of the official stuff here. She's done a really good job. Officially.
Ma'am, I do believe that Lord Cedric is newly in charge now. Did you not want Cedric in charge?
No, I want Sylvie. I didn't know what a steward meant. I thought he was just like helping me with Snonk. But yeah, I want Sylvie in charge. I think she's doing a really great job.
I will pass it along, Lord Thorn.
Thank you. Yeah, and I'm thinking like maybe like 9 months to a year they should be ready to train for combat. You know, just like guardsmanships, like you guys. So I want them to train to be like you guys, and then you can send them out to the towns to guard the towns.
It will be the most innovative of guards. Yes. We'll do our best.
Thanks.
Never really trained dogs before, but I'm sure we'll figure something out. Lord Thorn.
Well, pigs are actually smarter than dogs, so it should be really easy.
Ben, remember what I said about the small things?
Right. Okay, bye. He's gonna go join his friends again.
I think
Look, everybody's already packed and ready to go.
I think at this point this is a great spot for us to take our break.
Yeah. Esperise has already read like 3/4 in the Necronomicon at this point.
All right, we are going to take our break, and when we get back, I believe we're going to start heading towards Death's Door. So we will see you all in a little bit. All right. See you in a little bit, guys.
Lamentium, Floortide. These Zodiac-inspired powers and more await you in Stargazer's Guide to Auroria. Available on DriveThru RPG. Destiny is calling, adventurer. Look unto the heavens. Your story is in the stars.
Well, hello there. Of course you came to the grand dwarven city of Digbrand to see me. Ma Belle Pebblegrit, tale extraordinaire to kings, queens, heroes, and legends. Have you gazed upon my latest masterpieces? Yes, this one for you. Don't you see how it calls to you, speaks your name? You are gorgeous, darling. The colors, the line work, the gods weep in the presence of your beauty. No one has looked more stunning in a pebble grit design. Please, I cannot bear to gaze upon your perfection for too long. You can find this mesmerizing merch at inkinliar.com. Go and unleash your fabulosity today and help support Ink and Liar. Do stop by my shop again. You simply must tell me about all that adventuring thing. Well, ta-ta, darling.
From the pocket to the table in seconds. Never forget your 1020 at home. Only at mitherolarmory.com.
Extra, read all about it!
What's that you've got there, mister?
Why, this right here is 9 Realms Gaming.
9 Realms Gaming?
That's right, top-notch gaming accessories made from some of the finest woods this side of the city has to offer. We got your dice vaults, we got your dice towers, dice trays, hero vaults, you name it.
Oh my!
Careful now, don't swoon into traffic. You can mosey on down to their website now. Use exclusive partner code LIAR10 to get 10% off your purchase.
What was that code again?
That's LIAR10. LYRE10 at 9realmsgaming.com. Hurry, they're selling like hotcakes.
Okay.
And we're
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Thank you so much, Hard
Happy New
Knock
Year.
Dice, for the roll. For the roll, jeez. For the raid.
Wait,
Thank
is the
you.
music going?
Huh? Yeah, the music's going. And thank you, Crimson Rockstar, for the sub. We've been reading what you've been posting in chat, and we're so glad to have you here. Alrighty then, let's jump back into it. So, jumping back in, you guys all pack your things. Esperise, you get ready to prepare to teleport your friends. Is there anything you would like to describe as you do so, as we teleport to Sable?
Sure. She kind of organizes this the way she normally does. She's probably going to set up in the main entrance, because that seems like the clearest space. she's going to put that big ring of like dried flowers and various perfumes and little tea candles and things. It's a beautiful little, like if you Instagram witchy aesthetic, it looks like that, but it's in a beautiful, it's got the sigils and runes that will bring them to Sable, and she has it all set out there. And she said, if everyone is ready, you can step on in and we should be able to make our way. Everyone is packed? Or are you bringing... Snonky's not coming? Or...
No, he's not gonna come. I brought some books on the Abyss, though.
Okay, fantastic.
Gonna grab some hands.
No, we don't have to touch hands because we teleport without touching it. Oh my god.
Grab his other hand. Let's go.
I grab Prey's hand and it feels kind of weirdly hard for a moment, but I look past that and I cast Teleportation Circle, and this blur of Aurora Borealis green kind of fades up over us. Very heavy scent of pine needles and mint that stills into that. I think I bought some very cheap perfume last time we were in Sable, and so that kind of smell kind of settles over us as we are coming in there. Fizzles down around us.
All right. The teleportation begins to fade away as you all wind up in the desert once more. The sand dunes beating around within the winds. You don't stay in Sable long and continue making your way to Death's Door. You've seen desert before on your approach to Sable. This is different. As you venture further towards Death's Door, the dunes number fewer and fewer. The terrain flattens out and becomes more rocky. Far in the distance, you can see the canyon split open into the land with high canyon walls leading down into the gorge. About a half-mile ahead, you see a small building, the outpost that Cassius had mentioned. The dust bustling around it, and you gather it all but abandoned. When Ludin, Samson, and Praeria, you see a figure scurrying about in the heat, and you can't tell from this distance. And the heat waves kind of bend and distort the silhouette, but yes, there is definitely someone moving around.
Or something.
Or something.
Of course, Death's Door would be somewhere so hot and miserable. Ugh.
Well, it's either the heat or it's the winter. Which do you
know,
want?
and they're both horrible. What are you pointing your bow at?
That thing. That
There is
I don't know
something
what
in
it is.
the outpost over there.
Is it a fiend?
I don't know. That's why I'm pointing.
It's too far to tell.
Let's get closer.
Okay, don't touch anything.
Are we stealthing?
Yeah.
I think we should be stealthing, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna save the spell slot.
Yeah. No, good plan.
Then perhaps our less stealthy members could stay behind.
Yeah, I can sit down.
So this is a scouting party.
I am good to stay here, I think.
You already
I'll stay with
rolled your
Esperis.
stab, Esperis.
Or not.
I rolled a 7, so I'm just...
I'm gonna
Okay,
stop you right there.
I'll do it too. So sneaky. 17.
Okay. Daniel?
18.
Okay. And Praeria?
17.
Feel stealthy.
Oh my god.
You, because the land is so flat, the only way you can stealth is by getting on your hands and knees and like army crawling across. Because the heat waves, how they distort the kind of like the landscape. I'm guessing Ludin would probably, being the survival expert here, would have probably informed you all to do that. Would that be accurate?
It'd be like, Esperise, why are you walking? And
I don't feel like I need to be in the
I feel like, yeah. Oh, Esperise,
what if I
come
go
on.
into the beach
No,
store?
down. Jeez.
It's not fun down here. I'm getting sand in places that
Oh my
shouldn't
God.
have
No,
sand.
you guys shut up. Oh my goodness. Just crawl. And why is it every time that we go towards a structure? It's literally just a structure out in the middle of nowhere. You guys are always so loud. Just crawl.
I don't think we mean to be
Just
loud.
crawl. Just crawl.
Silent is like the ideal.
Oh my God. Yeah, I guess this is what's going on the whole way through.
You're all army crawling, and you get close enough, and you see, as you get closer, you see a frazzled tabaxi with orange fur and large circular eyeglasses. He's carrying a cartographer's case across his shoulder and various leather straps for carrying books and papers, and you notice littered about him are all of these books and papers. His cartographer's case is hanging upside down and it's empty. A few of the books are open and pages are seemingly being ripped out of the book out of nowhere and thrown into the air. And you watch as the tabaxi rushes over to try and grab the books, but they dart out of his reach and they seem sentient as they kind of like move away. And as he runs after it again, he trips over who knows what and comes tumbling down into the dirt. And he kind of gets back up and he goes, "You miscreants! You just wait till I get my hands on one of you. I'll report you to the proper authorities and then you'll be sorry." And you just hear it. Does anybody speak
All right,
Infernal?
Good, do you think? No, I do not speak Infernal.
Nobody speaks Infernal?
I used to.
Or am I allowed to get out of the dirt now?
He seems harmless.
Yeah.
Finn will see the ripped up books and be like, "Oh, what they're doing!"
We'll just go across, like, y'all, get out of there.
Esperise is gonna stand up because it's just this guy, right?
Yeah,
Like,
it's some
as though,
invisible.
like,
being.
I'm pretty sure he's talking to demons, but I'd rather face a demon standing up than lying down, personally. So I'm just gonna walk up to him and say,
Hi, hello.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry, these imps will just give me my books back. You don't.
Fantastic.
Oh, now that one's wiping himself.
with my magic eyes, if I am within 5 feet of any of these imps, whether or not they're invisible or illusionary in any way, I would be able to see them. Do I see anything?
You would, but anytime you move to one of the books moves away. They don't let you get within 5 feet of them, for sure.
Ludin stands up and starts shooting the books.
Roll the hit.
Ludin, no!
We are known as the Silent. Would you like some help with your issue?
Oh, please.
Let's see.
Please. These books isn't my research. Please. Yes.
Where's my bow?
I'm just gonna insight check him real fast to make sure that he's not a demon pretending to be a hapless researcher.
Sure,
Okay,
go
just
ahead,
read
go
fast. And then otherwise,
That's a
I was like,
21.
go ahead, Ludin.
The 21 on the first one.
Oh my god, it's only a 12 on my insight check. Demon?
He doesn't seem to be a demon.
Right, fantastic.
Christian, Ludin, you knock your arrow and you shoot, and it smacks. It goes through the book, and and you just hear. You're guessing that whatever was holding the book is still holding on to it as it goes flying through the air, attached to your arrow, and the tabaxi goes, "Oh."
Ludin just says one more, and he'll knock another arrow, and he'll just scream out to the imps, "All right, who wants to hold on to the books?" And he'll start to aim at another one.
You just hear. You don't speak Infernal, so you have no idea, but it definitely it definitely sounds like whatever these creatures are communicating with one another.
Cool. Ludin's gonna shoot another one. See if it hits.
Be careful with the research, Ludin.
That is only a 17, Echo.
Only a 7?
17.
Oh, a 17? I mean,
Yeah.
they're books. It hits another book. You don't hear the same screaming again. The books stop moving, and you don't see any of the books moving anymore, and it just goes quiet.
All right.
If you'll excuse me just a moment. First of all, my name is Esperis. I'm going to continue speaking to this gentleman, asking about his research, and I'm just walking over to the books to see if I walk over to the books, do they start disappearing again? Just chatting.
Thank you, Chaotic Games, for the raid real quick. Thank you so much. Hi. We shout y'all out in chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You pick up one of the books, and,
take the arrow out of it.
It's now shish kebab, but you take, and he goes, oh, it's very delicate. If you don't mind,
yeah, absolutely.
He takes the book and he goes, thank you.
I'm gonna look at the spine or something before I hand it back. Like, what's this?
It's
give it back.
They're as you look at the spine, it's most likely a book about the abyss, fiends, like abyssal languages and stuff.
I think Finn has that same book over here, actually. Yeah.
Can I see it real quick? The book?
Oh, and with your passive investigation, passive perception, Ludin and Samson. Actually, yeah, Ludin and Samson. You hear them bickering to one another, and they seem to scamper off down into one of the gorges. But you have no idea what they're saying. So, but they seem to have scampered off.
Ludin will go towards that direction, and just listen, just in case they're going to go get like the big brother or anything like that. I gotta shoot them. So he'll just be sitting over there listening out for footsteps or infernal language or anything like that.
Okay.
Just in case he has to shoot.
The Tabaxi begins picking up his papers and kind of like closing them. He goes, beg your pardon. My name is Calvin J. Furbach. It is very a pleasure to meet you. Thank you all so much. I wasn't expecting anyone out here, but thank goodness that you are here and you just happen to be wandering along in the desert. You aren't bandits, are you?
Absolute pleasure to make your acquaintance. No, we are not bandits. We are actually very interested in the topic which you are studying. My dear friend Finlay here has some books of his own that I'm sure he would love to discuss with you. But before I set you up on a little chat, may I ask, you don't happen to speak the little language that they were about, do you?
And I'm learning, actually. I'm more of an archaeologist. That's why I have the books of the... I'm not quite a linguist yet, but I'm an archaeologist and a scholar. With everyone cleared out, I thought I might have more of the site to myself, and with this massive anomaly that's been happening, it's quite fascinating. And then I want to be the first to solve it, you see. And he kind of adjusts his spectacles. My name, one day my name will be in a book just like these. Although I do hope that they will be in far better condition and more well cared for. But you all
Tell us about the anomaly.
Oh, right. Well, as you can clearly see, everyone is gone. Lots of nasty things being spit out from the door and the abyss. So it's cleared out, and I'm sure you're probably looking for things within the outpost. Most of it's been ransacked by all those little devils that you didn't see, but were definitely here. Imps. nasty little creatures. Love to play tricks. Certainly the smaller of the abyssal kind of nature. But yes, the anomaly. I'm so glad you bring it up because you all seem like such a capable bunch. And are you by chance going down into the canyon? I could pay you handsomely to keep me safe while I study the more dangerous parts of the gateway, and I would be an excellent aid as my.
Nope.
Wait, let me finish, please.
Nope.
My knowledge of all things infernal would be.
We did this once with some Wakers. Remember what happened then?
Yes. Nope. Just a moment, Mr. Farber. If I could introduce, my name is Esperis. Luden is there watching our flank. Finlay, Prairie, and Samson, I believe, are still in the dirt, but they are with us also. If you could...
Chilling, just laying down, just having a good time.
But we are very interested in your research. We will say our intent is to be doing something that is quite dangerous, so we do not want to make any promises off the bat that you might want to travel with us, but we would love to hear more about your research and hear what we could do for you. Is that accurate, everyone?
Oh, very, very relieved to hear that, Miss Esperis. Thank you. I would offer 5,000 gold pieces, and you all seem to be fellow scholars yourself, interested in books and preserving literature. I have a very, very rare tome that I'd be happy to part with if you were to take me down into the canyon and protect me and such. Have you heard of a more elusive text, the Manual of Bodily Health?
No, what's that?
Oh, it is an absolutely fascinating piece of literature. Very, very old, very, very rare. May only be read every so often. And when I say every so often, I mean every few centuries. The knowledge contained inside, it is of the magical nature, and if read, will transpose itself onto your own body, quite make you more invigorated of sorts. In techie terms, anyone who reads this book will gain a permanent increase to Constitution by 2.
Wow, you like that sort of thing, don't you, Luden?
I'm just thinking to myself, right? Like, what good can come of us bringing this man with us to kill this thing?
He's got more knowledge than we do.
Okay. Are you willing to assume the risk, sir?
Well, that's why I'm hiring you all, of course. You'll protect me, and, of course, to ensure my insurance, you'll make sure to keep me safe so that I may... of course, I don't have such a rare novel with me right off the bat. Well, I have it back in Sable, and I'll be happy to deliver it once our journey is complete. But as an upfront, I am a man of my word. I am more than happy to give you 5,000 gold pieces up front. Or I am a tabaxi of my word.
We should make it clear we have other intentions going in. Those would, of course, take priority for us.
Well, I do know how to hide, and I'm as quiet as a cat.
Hide from me right now.
Hide from you right now.
Hide from me right now.
Okay, hold on. Let me pull up his stat block.
Luden. Luden, if y'all look at him, his mind is just thinking Wakers. Watch why we're gonna have to be trying to save this dude when something takes him. Like he's just thinking the most vile thing, the worst case scenarios of what happens when we bring this dude with us.
All right, still.
Welcome, Raiders, the compound.
Hi! He rolled a 2. He,
Oh. Glad
Like
to have
a-
you. We are tormenting NPCs.
Like a meerkat from Lion King 1.5. He jumps inside of a hole and his tail's poking out and just kind of like swirling back and forth.
Yeah, Looted looks at the rest of the party while this dude's in the hole and just goes, like, he's just mouthing, really? Is this what we want to do?
What do you think, Samson?
It's a really cool book. Be helpful to somebody, I'm sure. But,
He might know stuff we don't, right?
it's true. I mean, if he's an expert or a researcher on these sorts of things, maybe he might know more about demons than we do. So bringing him along for the ride actually might be beneficial to us.
I will say, if we are open to the concept, maybe it would be best to set up camp and share dinner with this man, and then go our own way in the morning, since I did
We can't sleep here, Esperise. It's 7 a.m. right now.
No, it's not, because you traveled.
It's 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. right now. Oh my gosh.
I did cast a 6th level spell to get us here. Also, if we could sit down and have a conversation with this man and learn what he has to know, and maybe not bring him to hell with us, but like we could still, look for the book and bring it back to him. I have no interest in stealing this book from you.
What a good idea. Maybe we can bring like specimens or something back for him.
Exactly. Still work with him, but maybe you don't have to be there in the mouth of the abyss, because it seems it might give you some trouble.
You would
I
like,
like
you not
this.
to die.
Oh yeah, by the way, we can all see you. I know that we're not talking like, we're talking to you.
Oh, right. He pokes his head back up and he's like, oh, you're obviously seasoned adventurers. If I would have to pick a better hiding, you put me on edge. That's what it was. I think I would be fine.
You're a very good hider, but maybe not good enough. At least to hide from Ludin.
I would, please, I dare say I would so much like to go, and you are seasoned adventurers. I will not get in the way, and I will stay in the back, and I will be very quiet. And if you went without me, you wouldn't even know what to look for. I don't even know what to look for, because scholars like myself don't get to go down that far
To be
into
very
the
clear,
cave.
you just said you need to come because we don't know what you're looking for. But you also don't know what you're looking for. I am assuming maybe the books are not so commonplace in a doorway to the abyss that if we come across one, we will not recognize, what is a book? It's a book,
Oh, but I'm not looking for books. I'm looking for runes and inscriptions and relics and like I said, I'm an archaeologist, and those are the things that I look for.
Mr. Archaeologist.
Oh, I'm sorry, you must have not heard my name. I am Calvin
Mr.
J.
Archaeologist.
Furbach.
Yes, but then I associate a name with you, and if you come with us and die, I might feel bad. Let's... What happens if you, get captured or something like that? Do you want to take that risk?
All of you, because you have all said something, all of you make a persuasion check, collectively as a group.
Oh, that's kind of scary. I thought you were about to say something else. I thought you were about to say, now that all of you have spoken, make a wisdom saving throw. Persuasion. Ooh. I got a 21.
Okay.
15.
14.
10.
Okay. He
31.
His ears kind of go down a little bit, and he goes, I don't want to get in the way, obviously, and you all did do me a kindness, but could you possibly bring me back something. Or just...
Sure, that is no issue. And listen, I understand it feels bad to be told no, but listen, I promise you, the fact that you are still alive is going to make it so much better in the morning.
But I will say, who are one of you going to stay here with me?
Oh.
What was your original plan?
Well, you see, he kind of clears his throat and he looks over to, he looks over to, like, the front doors, and you see a couple bodies piled up in the sand. I originally had hired some other individuals, and they, were killed.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's very unfortunate. I'm so
Where
sorry.
were they killed?
Oh, about an hour,
Looted
a
immediately.
few hours ago.
Luden immediately is like on high guard again, listening, making perception checks on any type of thing that might be coming towards the new group of people.
At this point, Luden, very much so, like the scene with the Tyrannosaurus Rex, you feel like a little vibration in the earth.
Okay, everybody, battle, y'all know it's coming. Whatever it is, it's coming. You, archaeologists, get inside, because we don't want you to die.
Oh, you know, I probably should have mentioned it earlier, but the smaller ones probably did go off to retrieve a larger... After you stopped their fun, I'm sure they went to retrieve their master or some other larger fiend. They work in a very hierarchical system where there is a level of...
What? Go inside.
Oh, right. Thank you, Martin. Let me just... And he just kind of scurries and picks up more of his papers and his books, and he will go inside to the outpost.
Finn will help him pick up all the books and the papers so that way it hurries him along, and he'll cast a quick mend spell on the book so that it melts back together or the pages come back together, and he'll just push it against his chest. Go!
Oh my gosh. Alright, well, I guess we're spending the night here, probably.
Could we maybe go in the door without the thing following us? It's probably going to follow us, isn't it?
I mean, it's coming this way already. Luden's gonna
You start to hear...
Yeah. He's gonna hit that hide again, away from wherever, like, the door is. I think the best thing is to probably spread out, guys, because the imps are probably coming with it still, and only Esperise can see them, and I really don't feel like getting ganged up on by the little people while I'm trying to kill this giant big brother.
Esperise is gonna prepare greater invisibility and just be over by Praeria.
I'm going to
They're
stealth
gonna
away.
cast it as soon as we see that thing.
Is there anywhere to hide? Like maybe behind the outpost?
30. Well, I'm gonna hide in the sand again.
Oh, cool.
On
Get
the
back in
ground.
the sand? No.
Wait, you
you've
guys
never
burying
left.
you burying yourself in the sand?
Yeah, I got a 30.
Yeah.
I'm just 2 eyes.
Esperise is just standing there, and she's gonna cast greater invisibility on.
All right.
Do it again.
She's gonna cast it on herself and on Prey, even though Prey is hiding pretty decently. She's just gonna like stand over. She knows where Prey is because she saw Prey start to do the thing that crabs do in the sand.
Just wiggling real fast.
I got a 13 on stealth, so...
Oh, Lord.
This is not good. This is not good.
All right. Daniel, what's your stealth?
What do you mean? Oh. I didn't stealth.
Oh, you're not stealthing?
You also just standing there?
Yeah, I'm just gonna stand there.
Okay.
There's nowhere. I'm not gonna. You said there's nowhere to hide, so the only place to hide is in the sand.
Yeah.
And crab.
I'm not gonna lay down when the monster's coming. Like it'll sit me in the back because I'm just laying on the ground.
All right.
I'm
So
just gonna stand
Ludin
there
is
like a
prone in the
psychopath.
sand. Who else is prone in the sand? Praria?
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
but also.
And you know what? Akron's standing up there right next to you, Esprees. Just bowed up.
I got a 13, so I'm probably just crouching behind something. Because not very well, apparently.
Like, we might have to fight something in a second. And initiative's a dex check, and I don't want to have disadvantage. This is gonna be bad.
You all
I was assuming we might
wait,
get a
and
surprise round.
you all wait, and you hear the. And you hear that booming out within the canyon. You watch as these spiked creatures skitter out above the rocks along the sides, peering out over, their skin taut and dried like jerky, with large sharp horns protruding, almost scaled like porcupine-esque, all along their backs and down, their bulbous belly kind of pear-shaped, and tails that kind of whip back, ears just very sharp and needle-like as they kind of hunch gangly arms, clawing over the rock, peering down over towards you all. And you hear that roar in the distance. Two more appear that you all can see along the rocks coming out of this gorge. And you cannot see the massive beast, but you hear the thundering booming of its feet. And at that point, I think this is probably good where we would roll initiative.
Yeah, can my invisibility go off first? Because I was holding it for when we see things. Okay.
Yeah,
so
you
I
can-
just kind of poke my toe into the sand over Prey. Prey is now invisible in the sand. And you have advantage on everything, is what that means. Sneak attacks for days.
If it can't see you. Oh my gosh, there's so many of them.
Oh, I'm like a flounder. I'm just down here waiting for someone to step on me.
Alright, so initiative. Let me roll this.
We can-
Initiative.
Let's go ahead and roll in it. We're not going to get into battle tonight because it is 11:30, and this is going to be a battle. But I am very curious to what everyone is going to roll. Hello. I am curious what everyone is going to roll here.
Whoa. Okay. I think you have to put us in the thingy though.
Okay, the demon has a name.
Oh, cool. I got a 31.
I got an 11.
I'm rolling with disadvantage, right? Because I'm like laying down, or
yes.
Oh, well, let me roll again. I might not have gotten a 31.
Hold on. How do I make sure? Ah, okay.
So what did you get,
I don't
Ludin?
think it's gonna re-let me. I don't think it's gonna let me re-roll.
Reroll
Let me just roll a
initiative.
D20.
I got you. Well, it's roughly the same thing. I can re-roll your initiative, Prayaria.
Thank you.
So I got a 30 something probably.
There you go.
No
I'll
bad,
roll
not
for my
bad.
peeps.
Hey, so in my time in the temple, being a priest and whatever, I don't have any reason to believe that these guys are immune to charm the way that Fae are, right?
You don't know.
Please.
Tell them to jump off the rocks. That's free.
This is a really hard question because like these guys literally came out of the abyss itself. It's
that's fair. That's totally fair.
It's not like these are demon like because there's some demons that are just on the material plane, right? Like, but you guys can easily say that these guys are freshly squeezed out from, I don't know why I'm saying it like that. They're freshly squeezed right out from the
Farm
abyss.
to table devils.
Farm to table devils.
These are your
Malak's at the
organic
end.
grass-bred
You
devils.
guys got lucky. My big bad demon rolled a natural 1.
Oh,
Oh,
That's
yeah.
not his
Let's
name.
go.
I don't know why it says that. It's
Malak.
it's
Which one is the biggest, baddest one looking?
his name
Malak.
is Gorlock.
The named one.
There we go.
Gorlock.
Gorlock.
Hey,
DM, oh my god.
get your
Back around the
ass
corner.
back over there! What are you
Grace
doing?
is flying away.
Whoa, get your ass back over there!
I run over, I look around the corner, I go, never mind, and I run back.
Ooh,
Oh, so
I
Gorlock
should
is around there.
penalize you for that, Missy.
No, we knew where he was. We heard him approaching.
All right, so I think this is a good place for us to stop tonight's session as you all enter this cavern. You haven't seen the creature yet. The audience has, and apparently us Maurice, who's like, oh my goodness, guys! Have you seen? Wait, let me run back.
This time it was fun.
Can take a little peek-see.
All right. Thank you everyone for joining us this evening. Let me thank all of our new followers. Thank you, Mac, for the gifted tier 1 sub. Thank you, Danielle Lenoir, for the resub. 23 months. Danielle is almost at 24 months. What? Thank you, D&D with me for the raid of 5. Thank you, B-Town MC for the follow. Crimson Rockstar for the follow. D&D with me for the follow. Incubus Rage. Wait, hold on. Incubus Rage Za, maybe? For the follow. Crimson Rockstar for the Prime sub. Hard Knot Dice for the raid. Playotic Games for the raid. The Compound for the raid. And Arcanus Tabletop RPG for the follow. Thank you all so much for joining us this evening. If you enjoyed our show, we are here every Monday at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you, we had a lot of new people. This is actually our final arc of this campaign. We are in the final arc of Fate's End. If you want to catch up on what has happened in the story thus far, all of our videos are on YouTube. You can also listen to us on in podcast format. Daniel will put both of those in chat for me. Whatever your medium, you can catch up in either way. And then we also have recaps that we typically do at the beginning of each episode, so you can also watch some of our recaps at the beginning of most episodes if you want to catch up even quicker. But I highly recommend you go back and you watch the whole thing. It's been a wild ride. And if you've seen the fan art during break, you know it has been a while. Like, that's just a hint, a nice little teaser as to what a wonderful wild ride it has been. But it is the final arc of Fate's End, which we are so excited to have everyone here on this wonderful journey. We also have some other shows on our channel. On Wednesday, we have Iron Valor, which is, we play through Wizards of the Coast modules. We are currently playing through Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Deanna DMs that game. You can also see Reyna and Danny on that game as well as some of our other cast members from our Iron Valor show. And that is Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Deanna, what are we expecting this Wednesday?
This Wednesday is the last session of the Wild Beyond the Witchlight. They have reached their final witch.
The finale.
Who's trapped in eternal slumber. Having worked their way through the past, the present, and the future, all that is left is Zabilna, the Witch of Wishes. They have, grown a lot as people, and we're getting into a final episode epilogue territory where we get to see what ends up of all of our beautiful Witchlight playwrights. I'm very excited. Please come join us. It's been a fun time. That's it.
That is Wednesday. Other than that, we hope that you enjoyed hanging out with us this evening. We'll see you Monday for more Fate's End as our party faces off. They've made it to Death's Door, this gaping hole into the abyss. We're going to fight some demons, and we're going to track down one of the 7 of Severance and put an end to the corrupting Morrow. So, join us next time. Thank you all. We will see you. We are actually about to raid so that we can continue to spread and spread the love within this wonderful community. It looks like we are going to be raiding Misty Mountain Streaming, so stick with us as we raid. Other than that, we love you all, and we will see you all next time. Let's raid, guys. Bye.